We good? Okay, so what we'll do is this. Have you been able to do it? You haven't. Is that still on? Ladies, what's up? Okay, so let's pick up from that side again. So I'm going to pick it from. Can you all see? So I'm going to do this. What we'll do today, in order not to be overwhelmed, we are going to go over the whole thing again. All right. What's happening? Please, I'm coming. Hello. 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 All right. So this is what we are going to do. I'm going to walk you through the whole process again. All right. Once we are done, you would work on it. I'll teach you the box model, right? Then we'll end it. Then we'll meet again. Then we'll be able to, because we can't take all of them in a day. I think I nearly mistook myself that we were in this the workshop we're doing in January, whereby we are rushing through things. So we can take things step by step, handle it, and become more perfect in it. You get it? Good. So now I'm clearing everything. My screen is empty. So for those that are actually also joining, we can online, we can see. Are we together? So boilerplates, done. Now we are doing what? CSS. Okay, so now you understand the inline, don't you? Good. So we are going to do a div. Oh, sorry. And inside a div, I'm going to write an H1. And that H1, I'll say, this is a simple card. Beneath the H1, there's going to be an H3. And I'll say something nice here, like this. These things are not new to you, are they? Then there'll be a paragraph, and the paragraph will be Lauren, like this. And then, are you watching? All of them are inside what? What is the parent element? Okay, so also learn more. Okay, so we have simple card, something nice here. Lauren, if you go and So if we check this thing, all right, and we check you see that once I refresh it, do you see it? This is what we have. Are we okay? Who is confused here? Oh, guys, you are also not giving me the code, so I'm not able to know what's happening. We good?
Yes.
All right. Yes. So now it's good. What we want to do is to what? Is to style that box. We want to style as a card, right? Good. So we'll come to where the title is. Are you seeing it? And the embedded, we place it inside what the head. So I'll type style like a tag like this. Hello. Pay attention. What's something red? This one. No, those are the tags. How about you guys can see it? So would you like to come and sit in front? Because oh, sorry. I'm trying to get. It's funny that I'm not even getting any. The white two is somewhere. Is this okay? You see, you can't see the div. Are you seeing it? This one there. Sorry. Okay. So you see, we have this. So we place it here into the style like this. Are we good? Then we will select what we want to style. And what do we want to style? The div. Are we together? Good. So it's a div that we want, so we'll select it. That will be our selector. So we type div. And then I'll put in our Zingable. And then I'll place him here. So how do I want to style it? I want to style it. Maybe I want to go by this, but let's go with it one step at a time. So I will say background. And I can say background, what color do you want? Someone should mention a color. From the ladies, color. Guy. What? Purple. What? Rose. That's the name of your girlfriend. No, Rose will not get a color. What is it? So, ladies, you don't know colors. Teal. If it was you are going to do your wedding, then maybe you write turquoise blue and. So look at it. So there's teal. This is the teal color, and it's the background. Are you seeing it? Now, but then I want to also change the text color, so but we don't call it text color, we call it just color. So I'll come here and do color. Then I'll say white. No. So this referred to inheritance. There's something called inheritance. We've talked about specificity. There is also what inheritance, right? So inheritance is that what the parents have, there's a possibility that sometimes some of the kids can also have. But you see, it's not everything that your parents have that you have, right? There are some things you see that yours is very different from them totally. Maybe it's how you think. You see that your parents, they are all fair, you alone, you are you are on a different level. So sometimes some elements are able to inherit. Are you getting it? Inherit the colors from the parents. And sometimes to the element themselves override the things that the parent, like the link we are seeing here. So it's like it's inheriting, all right, but then the nature of the link is already overriding what the parent is giving it to it. Do you understand it? So that's why you see that here I did not target what the H4, I did not target the H3. That's why the questions are important. Answer a lot of questions. Okay, so now we see this, and you can see that by putting the background, we realize that it's a box, isn't it? It's a box, and as I told you, everything is a box. So if it's a box, then now think of the styles you can apply to a box. That's all that it is. If you have this mentality, CSS is a bit easy. Good. So now you can see that within the box, you can pack in things and the things are all tight. But you can also create a padding around it so that there will be what? Internal space. Clear? Good. So in that case, what do? We come here and then I'll do what? Padding. And I'll say maybe 20 pixels like this. Don't forget to use because you see, if I do this, you see that there is an error showing down here. Are you seeing it? Oh, guys, you are not responding. So I need to bring in my semicolon. That means that you've ended that statement. Clear? Good. So now we can go back. And then what do you see? You see that there is a nice breathing room around. Is it not so? Which is, it makes it nicer, isn't it? Good. Like this room, if we're all packed in like sardines, you see there will be some way. But when there is breathing room, it brings visual appeal. Okay, so now what do I want to do? I want to target the link. So I can come here. And the link is a descendant, isn't it? So div.a, then what do we have? I can say color, then I'll say white. Now, if I go back and I check, you see that one too, now I'm giving it a white color. Am I making sense? Hey, ladies, you with us? Okay. Then we want to remove the underline. There is something called text decoration. By default, all links have an underline, right? So when we do text decoration, we override. So the browser comes with its own styles. Are you getting it? And we can use CSS to modify the styles. Clear? Yeah. Good. So with that, what do? We can go back, check it out, and you see that now the link doesn't look like a link. Yes. Let's see, was your spelling right? So let's just see. So I'm going to change the background to burgundy. I don't know whether it's the right spelling. Okay. You could interchange it if it works. So it's not picking it. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's not picking because actually, you see, the fact that I did not even show the color here means that it doesn't know what this burgundy is. Oh, you just have to go for the right color. So actually, I have to teach you colors. We use the code, not this. This one, we use out of convenience. There is a code. We have the hex code, the RGBA, the RGB, and also the HSL, okay? So I could do a hex code like this. X, maybe. And the code is 6 alphanumeric letters, starting with a hash tag. And by doing this, this is a color. So you see it. So once I hover it, I can change the color the way I want it to be. Maybe I want this kind of color. So we normally use codes. We use the names as a result of convenience. And these days, they've packed in a lot of names in there. But I have a feeling like the burgundy, we are not spelling it right. Yeah, so you see it. Watch. I see. So it's the code. We use the hex code. Oh, you see that is why we are now hex code. Yeah. So with a hex code, it's a 6 alphanumeric character set. And the alphabet starts from A and end at E. We don't go to, there's no G. So you can have A, B, C, D, E, that's it. There's no, is there F? No, there's F. Yeah, there's F. There's F. So up to F, there's no G. That one I've not heard of G. Good. So look at this. I could come here and then say, pardon. Sorry. 20 pixels. It's the same spelling. Let's see here. Begin, so background. I want to check why. Go, I use it earlier on. No, when the name appears and it's correct, the color would also pop up. Can't you see? See. So if it doesn't pop, it means that it's not in. You get it? But what's your worry? Yeah, but observe something here. See, I have background teal and I have background also what? Belly, right? Now, when I come here and I look at it, look at what has happened. Where is the teal color? No. Watch. We are at the div section. The div is having what? Teal. And down here, I've also given you another background, what? Bellywood, right? But which one is showing? The bellywood. Why do you think so? There's a concept of, yes, and that's the concept of, that's why we call it cascading. So what is at the bottom, right? As we cascade going downwards, right? It overrides whatever that you've written upwards. Clear? These are very essential parts. So if you say width is 50, and then you come down and say width is 20, the one that is down is the one going to override the top. Clear? We good? Please, do we understand that? Yes. Don't forget to, because some assignment will come and you realize that now you are confused. I've written it, but the thing is not, now it may look very simple. So I would go back and then I'll remove this. And then I would say, so the padding to, let's go with 10 pixels and I'll come back to it. Then I'll do border radius. Then I'll say 10 pixels. Then I can change the color to black. Okay. Now, when you look at it, what do you see? We have a nice card, don't we? Are we still confused? Okay. This is what we would have for today. What I'm going to do right now is to teach you the box model. Then we'll wrap up the class. All right, so that we don't drain ourselves. We need to also, check our mental health. Yeah. Yes. I'm going to get my link check the code. Div, color, text, background, padding, border radius. And check something down here. Where is your link located? Is it inside the div or is it outside the div? Where is it? So we check typos, check typos. The code, the beauty of web programming is that the code is universal. Whatever you are seeing here, you should see at your end. Now observe something. So box model. And this is a very important concept. Okay. We've already established that as having points. There is no div dot A in my own. It's div space A. See. Div space A. Are we getting it? Are we really following? So now, box model. Now, when you take a look at it, right? Every element is like a rectangle. Is that not it? Yeah. Good. So it has a top side. It has what? A left side. No, this is the left. This is the right side. A right side. It has what? Guys, you need to be active. And then I need to, I will sleep right now. Be active. Then it has what? Bottom side. Good. Now, what the box model says is this. So the element itself, let's say if it's a span, this could be span. Please pay attention. This will be span. Now, this span around itself will have a pattern. So this side, between this and other element, so that's we call it internal space. We call it a pattern. Good. Great. Then it would also have what? A border. Are you with me? A border. So the border could be on it's this way. Border. All right. And then there would be what? Margins. They also do have their margins. So margin is the outer space, what is separated from the other elements. Are you with me? You remember that when we did the form element, you realized that they were all closed and we were using the break. Do you remember that? No. Only one person. Yes, all of you don't remember. Good. I like feedback. That's it. Yes, I like feedback. It's just not a watching contest. So this is the pattern. And then there is what? The margin, which is what? The outer side. Now, when we want to calculate the width of an element, it is this border plus the padding, right? Plus whatever that you have assigned it with. So when you say that, okay, I've given a width of what? 80 pixels and a padding of 10 pixels and a border of 1 pixel. Technically, the width of that very element is what? 1 plus 10 plus 8, giving us what? 91 pixels. Does it make sense? No, the margin, as I said, is what is like the outside space. No, the border is on it, is the edge. This border, margin. You get it? Are you good? So that is a very important truth to understand, meaning that our elements actually, when we are saying, wait, 500, they are not actually 500 per se. And the borders, why are you confused? You are tired. You guys want to So, hey, Brad, what's happening? You want us to do the conflicts here? Oh, please, then when you got on what? Please, we'll close it. We can close now. You know that. We can close now. Oh, but after this, we are done. Then you can go. Exactly. Now you can meet and you can solve it. So please observe something. I'm begging you. Listen to something. When we are about, see right now, these things you are not going to see the imports now. But once you start digging in, that's when you realize that seriously, these lectures, you should have taken them like World Cup. So, because the image, as we said, oh, wait, then we put 300 pixels there. And I'm going to show you, I'll show it to you this time. You see that actually it's not 300 pixels. That is the box model that we are talking about. Meaning that even the browsers, they even give some padding around the elements you put it on. Watch something. If you do not see, look at something here. When you look at this space, the white space around, did we put any white space? Who is doing that? The browser. Are you getting it? So it becomes important that we understand what is happening in the browser, as well as this guy, this concept called the box model. So even the window you see there is also a box. It's also an element. And it's within the element of what the body. Remember, we talked about HTML, we talked about what the body. So the body is what we see in the white, that the white space. And that body also has its own default pattern. So for us to override it, we need to do something. Is that not so? So for example, I could come in here, watch you. And then in this side, I will say, so if we want to select all elements, say all elements, all elements, we use the asterisk symbol. So if I do asterisk like this, watch, if I do asterisk and I bring my zingable, it means I now selected all elements. And then I can say, oh, make margin 0, padding 0, meaning that now reset all the patterns that are inside with the element, put them to 0. And now, when I say that the width is 300, it must be 300. It must cover what I mean there, not like there are some default patterns in there. Am I making sense? So you look at something. The box size, and I'll talk about it later. So look at something here. What is happening? Now you see that it has removed all the browser defaults. Clear? Making sense, right? Now, let's come back. So normally when I'm building a website, this thing, I just copy paste it there. That's how it is. But I'm coming. Let me go back to it and watch something. So I'm going to right click on this element, inspect element. And then we are going to go down to, now let's play a little bit. Oops. Oh, how do I move this thing upwards? Good. So look at something. I have selected the div. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, so you can see the div here. Is that not it? And we have a background. So the styles we are writing are also shown down here. Color, we have pattern, right? Now look at the box. We said that this one, we've not given it a width, right? But the browser itself allocates 504 as the width internally. It has a pattern. So look at the pattern that we gave. We gave what, 20. Now, when you say 20 just like that, it will take all the top, bottom, left, right. All of them are going to go on 20, 20, 20. Are you getting it? So we have 20 here, 20 there, 20 here, 20 here. And then there is a border, and then there is what, the margin. But because we've not assigned any value, there is nothing there. It will take the browser's default. Am I making sense? Good. But I'll observe something. If I come here and I say width, 200 pixels. Now you see that it changes. The value changes here. So it's what, 200. But in actual sense, the width is what? This 200 plus what? 20 left, and 20 what? Right, giving us what? 240 pixels. Does it make sense? If you want to look at the height, it's what? 20 plus 337 plus another 20. Am I making sense? So this is, but then when we come back and I bring this guy back, let's look at it. You see now, okay, so we are already, so let's go back here. Please, is anyone confused? You sure? So, oops. Yeah. Okay, so for now, not to burden our brains. One thing is that we've come to see that, okay, the box, this is the box. Every element takes what? A box. And each box can have a pattern. And the pattern could be top, bottom, left, or right. It could also have a border, top, border bottom, border left, or border what? We could also have margin top, margin bottom, margin left, or margin good. So meaning that now you've learned about half of CSS right now. Watch something. If we come here, instead of writing pattern 20, right, I could have done pattern top, and I could say 40 pixels. Get it? That means I'm just looking at just the top. And I can come here, I can say pattern bottom, and I can say maybe 2 pixels. You see? Then I can say maybe margin, and I'll say margin top 300 pixels. We good? Now, let's come here, take it up, and look at it. Now, refresh, you see, this is the margin. From the top to this side, it is what, 300 pixels. That's the outside space. And the padding internal from this side to the tip of it is what? 20 pixels. And down here is what? 2 pixels. You see how it is? So this is all that it is. So padding, margin, and what? The border. So the border like this, I could come in here and say border, and I'll say maybe 20 pixels, solid, and then maybe red. Now, when you come here, you see, this is the border around it. Are you seeing that? So what I will do, because I just dawned on me that we are not in a rush. So we take things slowly. One, maybe we go through till we get it before we proceed. Are you getting it? Because after all, what have we got to lose? Just learning and good. So I'm going to push this on GitHub. And please, what I entreat you guys to do is that come here. The assignment is to come to CSS, right? And start reading about the syntax, the selectors I was mentioning, colors, read up to you get to the box model. You can move on with the links and styles and tables like that. But the box model, very important. What I just showed, you see that it is there. This is the notes. So just please read it. And then when we meet Monday or next week, Wednesday. It's too much. It's too much. So for those joining us online, please be in the know now. We'll be updating you shortly with regards to the timing. All right. Thank you so much.